the Smok TFV12. How's it going, everybody? This is Andy with AspenValleyVapes.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Smok TFV12. Now, the TFV12 is taking roots from the TFV8, and this is a bigger, more powerful version of the TFV8. So like always, we're going to go over the specs on this real quick, have a vape on it, then we're going to dive in, take a close-up look, take a look at the 3 coils this one comes with, and see what else it does come with. Then we'll bring it back up top, have a few more vapes around it, mess around with the wattage a little bit. Right now I have the T12 coil inside of here, and then I'm going to give you my overall thoughts so far on the Smok TFV12. Alright, so starting off with the basics on this Smok TFV12, it does come in 2 different editions. It comes in an RBA edition and it comes in your standard edition. The RBA edition is going to come with 2 rebuildable decks. The standard version is just going to come with 3 pre-built coils. This is the standard version right here in the rainbow color right here, the 7-color colorway, and it comes with the T12 coil pre-installed, which is a 0.12 ohm coil. It comes with the V12X4 coil, which is a 0.15 ohm coil, and then it also comes with the V12Q4 coil, which is another 0.15 ohm coil. For the actual specs on this tank, it does have a 6 mil e-liquid capacity top filling, just like on the TFV8 and Baby Beast. It just has that swing open latch that we'll see better in the close-up. It has dual bottom adjustable airflow on here, and the height on this TFV12 is 70 millimeters. As of today, there is 4 pre-built coil options for this tank, and then there is 2 RBA sections. I'm sure more are going to be released down the road because that's what Smok does like to do. They support their devices after release. So I'm sure we're going to see some more coils released down the road. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 24 coil or a 36 coil, something even crazy like that coming out from Smok on this one. But as of right now, 4 pre-built options. This one comes with 3 of them to try out, and then 2 RBA decks. If you get the RBA version, you're going to get both of those RBA decks with the tank. For the RBA though, there is no single coil builds. You have a triple coil build RBA deck and a dual coil build RBA deck as of right now. Alright, so the wattage range is from 60 to 350 on this TFV12 T12 coil inside of here. In the low range, you're going to see it's pretty underwhelming, but after the close-up, we'll bring it back up and we'll really start to crank this tank up. But this is going to be at 67 watts, and I've got some 7030 Mocha Uatsu white gummy bear inside of here. So you guys can see at the lower wattage range is pretty underwhelming, but we're going to crank it up right after this close-up. Alright, so here we have the packaging on the TFV12. Whatever color you do get is going to be displayed here on the front of the box. Flipped on over here, you can see what it comes with and a little bit of a description on the TFV12. You will have the TFV12 inside of here with a little gel packet. You'll get a TFV12 user manual here, shows you the tank is completely detachable, all that good stuff. Filling the tank, changing your coil. Get a little warning card here about changing your atomizer. 2 more pre-built coils that we'll come back to in a second. A piece of replacement glass for the V12. A bag of extra O-rings, a 510 drip tip converter, and then an extra top filling piece. And then you'll get a little Beast King vape band right here. Alright, so taking a look at these massive coils right here, you can see this one. This is the Q4. Take a look at it from above. It's a quad vertical build inside of here. Very well machined on this coil. You can see the recommended wattage range is from 60 to 190 watts, but the best range is from 90 to 160. Now here we have the X4 coil, which is the other pre-built coil that comes with it that's not pre-installed. This one's recommended wattage range is from 60 to 200 watts, but the best is between 90 and 130. You can see the cotton intakes around here. You can see they change size. It goes from a wider one, more vertical, wider, back to vertical, 4 of them around the base. Airflow on the bottom right here, you can check that out from the bottom. That is awesome. And then on the top, from the top here, you can see it's a dual vertical style build inside of this one. Here you can see it in the palm of my hand. These are some big coils. Now here is the one that comes pre-installed. This is the T12 coil. It looks like a little revolver from above. So it's got 6 double vertical coils stacked around the exterior of the coil, and then it's got 6 cotton intakes around here. It's got 1, 2, 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3. This is the one I've used most so far. I'm going to put this one on the back burner though and start giving the other 2 a lot more attention. This one right here is definitely going to produce the most vapor for you. The Q2 one will be best for flavor, and then the X4 is sort of like a middle between the 2. Good vapor, good flavor. I mean, you're definitely not going to get bad vapor from the Q4, but it's just made flavor first. Alright, here we have the Smok TFV12. This is the 7-color version with the little rainbow coloring. You can take a quick look at that. Very unique color scheme on here. This comes in black, stainless, gold, and then this 7-color rainbow edition right here. So you do have some pretty massive airflow here on the bottom. It's not like the Arctic V12, that's not that big, but this is some pretty big airflow. It doesn't lock into place though, so it's just going to keep going around, as you can see here. 1 slot on each side here. 6 mil e-liquid capacity inside of the tank. That is the T12 coil inside of there right now. It does have the same top filling feature like on the TFV4, TFV8, and TFV8 Baby Beast. You just slide open that top cap. You will have your top filling port right there. Slide it back on, and then once it gets to here, you're going to push down a little bit, and it locks into place. And that does lock into place nice here. Like I'm putting a good amount of force on it right now, and you can see it just barely started to open there. I really like this top filling that Smok's been doing since, like I said, the TFV4. You do have the removable wide bore Delrin drip tip on here if you want to take that off. It is a wide drip tip, as you guys can see here. Here's just a quick size comparison right here. This is next to the TFV8 Big Baby Beast on the left. It is a big tank, 27mm diameter, and then the height on here is 70mm. But man, it really does live up to its name. It is a cloud beast. Alright, that's going to take care of the close-up on this Smok TFV12 right here. Let's go ahead and play around with the wattage a little bit, and then I'll give you my overall first thoughts on the TFV12. Now that we've got that close-up out of the way, let's go ahead and crank up the wattage on here. That was at like 67 watts before the close-up. Very underwhelming. I did crank it up to 110 watts right now, still using the white gummy bear inside of here, and I still have the T12 coil inside of this tank. At 110 watts there, you can see the vapor is starting to pick up, but it's still not performing to its maximum. Like you can tell that coil needs a bit more power to really get to what it should be at. I've got the airflow open about 80% right now. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up to 180 watts. Alright, so here we have it at 180 watts. At 180 watts there, the vapor is starting to flow. The temperature of the actual vapor is very good for 180 watts. It's still very smooth on here, and the flavor is awesome too on this T12 coil. Now the range on this coil does go up to 350 watts, but Smok says the best recommended range is from 130 to 200. So right now I did crank it up 10 watts higher than that recommended range, so I've got it at 210 watts right now. Still have the same coil and e-liquid inside of here. Let's have a quick vape. Alright, so 210 watts there. It's a warm vape, but it's not overpowering warm. It's not like it's too warm to be vaped at 210 watts. That's still a good smooth vape for 210 watts, and that's coming from someone that vapes normally in the 30 to 60 range. You want to chain vape it at that 210 watts, that's 100% possible. You're not going to be getting dry hits. So I have used all three coils that do come with this kit with the V12, but I've been using this V12 T12 coil the most, so this is the one I can speak on most personally. This coil definitely no dry hits. It performs great at the higher wattages, and the flavor is still very good. Even vaping at like 210 watts, like you guys saw there, the flavor is still awesome. The other two coils work great too, but I can't give you a definitive answer on them yet. I definitely know I have not been getting dry hits on any of them, and that is a big thing I look for right away. Just make sure I'm not getting dry hits when I'm chain vaping, and that is not an issue that I've had with any of these three coils. So this T12 coil right here is going to take a backseat. I'm going to be using the other two coils and start using them a lot more to get the full performance out of them. But like I said, I have used them enough to know I'm not getting any dry hits, and they can perform easily in their recommended ranges. For my first-hand experience though, the V12 Q4, which is a vertical quad coil that you guys saw on the close-up, that one right here, this one has the best flavor in my opinion so far. I'm going to be playing with them all now though. Now that I have been using this Smok TFV12, it's time to compare it with the e-leaf 300 and that Smok Kumo tank. So that comparison video will be coming out here shortly. I might toss another tank in there like iJoy's new Maxo tank. I might toss that one in there as a comparison as well. I've been using that one a lot too lately. So as of right now, my first impressions on this Smok TFV12, it is a very good tank. It is what you'd expect it to be. It's a bigger, more powerful version of the Smok TFV8. It works great just like the TFV8 does. One thing I have noticed though, vaping at the higher wattages, it is going to get pretty warm to the touch down here on the base of the TFV12, which I didn't really experience with the TFV8 as much. Like on the iJoy Limitless XL tank, a lot of you guys know that one got pretty warm down here on the base. This TFV12 is going to be in that same category. It is going to get pretty warm here on the base when you are vaping at the higher wattages. That's really my only one con that I have found with the Smok TFV12. Now it's time to start putting those other two coils to the test, and we're going to see how it turns out. And then we're going to do the comparison with the e-leaf 300 watt and the Smok Kumo, and then probably the iJoy Maxo as well. Another thing to note though is this thing is going to go through a bunch of e-liquid. That should be expected. If you think your TFV8 goes through a lot of e-liquid now, this one's going to go through even more e-liquid than your TFV8 did. So if that was an issue to you on the TFV8, then you just know that you're going to be going through even more liquid here on the TFV12. That's pretty much going to wrap up this video though on the Smok TFV12. If you guys have any other questions on this tank or any other vaping related questions in general, please leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to get back to you. And if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. And as always, vape on.